In our fast-paced developing world, play spaces are shrinking and disappearing. Some children are too caught up in the digital revolution, while the others find themselves left with remnants of old parks, now used as dump yards for garbage, or unsafe open spaces with no basic protection or facilities. Bhima Sangha is a working children's union started in partnership with the Concern for Working Children in 1990. They have been exercising their right to be heard in various platforms over the years. Theirs has been a struggle marked with historic achievements. The Concern for Working Children has 30 years of experience in the field of child labour, children's rights, democracy and participation, civil society participation, education, and empowerment of youth. We work in partnership with children to implement viable, comprehensive, and appropriate solutions to address the various problems the children and their communities face. And we are deeply committed to empowering children and ensuring their democratic participation in all matters that affect them. During the various meetings and workshops conducted with Bhima Sangha, the issue of lack of play spaces came up repeatedly. The problem was not only lack of spaces, but also accessibility to existing public spaces. The big challenge was to create an inclusive environment for all children, overcoming the barriers of caste, social status, gender, disabilities, age, etc. In the first phase, issues were identified and prioritized by the members of Bhima Sangha with the help of participatory tools. During this stage, exclusion and discrimination were identified as one of the most common and burning issues across the communities in Bangalore city. Consultations were carried out with Bhima Sangha members to set the criteria for identification of the location to develop this play space. This park was identified as a viable space as there were some old swings, seesaws and slides which were all in a state of disrepair, but at least the space was available, and about 100 Bhima Sangha members from the 5 blue tent migrant labourers communities were residing around the park. Through consultations, views and ideas of Bhima Sangha members about the problems they face with regard to play and the kind of play space they visualized were mapped. Simultaneously, other stakeholders like local residents, women and elderly were identified, and they were also consulted on how they viewed this project. In collaboration with Kili Kili, an organization that aims at creating inclusive public play spaces for neurotypical as well as children with disabilities, an event was coordinated on January 31st in 2015. About 55 children came together as a part of this process at the park. Children explored the space and came up with several creative ideas for the visualization of the park. Children also created models based on how they visualized an ideal play space. In the fourth phase, Biome, a team of architects, developed the architectural design by incorporating the suggestions and ideas of children and the local residents. This design also included eco-friendly and culturally relevant inputs from children. A team of artists gave their inputs to make the inclusive space aesthetic as well as contextually relevant. The design developed by Biome was once again presented to Bhima Sangha and the local residents for their feedback, and their suggestions were taken on board before the design was finalized. CWC facilitated the process of mobilizing the necessary resources required for the development of this play space, with the help of both public as well as private players. Herman Miller Care played a significant role by being the main funding partner of this project. CWC, with the help of local residents, completed all the legal procedural requirements at two levels. First, with the Bangalore Development Authority and the BBMP, as well as the second with the contractors of the inclusive play space. A monitoring committee was set up at the community level. This committee consists of members of Bhima Sangha, children from the marginalized communities, local residents, and representatives of CWC. The role of this committee is to ensure the maintenance of the play space in the future in coordination with the BBMP. The civil work to construct the IPS was undertaken and completed. And today, the park welcomes a wide range of children from across communities and ages and has hosted several events which have been extremely well attended and appreciated. This has indeed been a victory for the members of Bhima Sangha. In spite of all the challenges and obstacles on their way, this process has generated a sense of ownership and has brought the local community closer. It has managed to bring solidarity, inculcate a culture of mutual respect, cooperation and tolerance, irrespective of age, social and economic status, and gender. It has also initiated the direct conversation or dialogues between the members of the local community and the local government. And in its own small way, this has been a first step towards breaking the culture of silence through constructive advocacy against certain corrupt elements within the system. In the next 5 years, the goal is to have 10 such inclusive play spaces around the city of Bangalore, which will contribute to our aspiration of a sustainable and ecologically balanced world where all children are respected citizens and able protagonists who realize, experience and practice all their rights through their participation in an equitable partnership with adults to establish and maintain together a secular, equitable, just and non-discriminatory world.